This isn't just a business for me. This isn't even just a career for me. This is an opportunity for me to leave an impact. If you want to know the secret to creating a high income, high impact coaching practice, you're in luck because we're going to get into it right now. Hey, CourtneyLSanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time certified 7-figure life and business coach, as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things, but I feel incredibly grateful because this isn't just a business for me. This isn't even just a career for me. This is an opportunity for me to leave an impact, even if it's just a small one, on the world. And so I know that I attract a lot of people who are interested in doing the same, right? Yes, they like the glitz and glamour of coaching. Yes, they like the idea of having a location independent business, being able to travel and, do all of these amazing things. But at their core, they want to do something that's going to help them leave a legacy of making a big impact on the world. And so that's why I'm such a huge fan of coaching. It's because you can do both. You can create a high income, but you can do it while having a high impact. So if you want to know the secret to creating a high income, high impact coaching practice, you're in luck because we're going to get into it right now. All right, the first thing that you have to keep in mind if you want both a high income and a high impact coaching practice, and this is going to sound counterintuitive, but your coaching business has to stand for something bigger than you and bigger than you making money, right? I'm just being real. Your coaching practice has to stand for something bigger than you wanting to make a career change, right? I get a lot of people who are like, I make great money in my current position. Some of my best clients are physicians, therapists, people who do great work and they get paid really well for it. But for whatever reason, maybe they feel like the system is, not allowing them to make the impact that they initially got into their career field for. They want to then transition into coaching. While that is a wonderful and very noble thing to want to do, understand though, you starting your coaching practice can't just be, I'm disillusioned with this career over here, so I'm just gonna transition into something else. Like, the reason for you doing it has to be bigger than that. That's a valid reason. You can want to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wanted to quit my job as well. I was working in the federal government in finance and banking. I was making very good money at a very young age, but I said, I want to do this ultimately because I was trying to achieve something bigger even than just quitting my job or being able to replace my income. And this is really important because in order to have both a high income and a high impact coaching practice, you're going to need to be able to build a community. And your community is not going to rally around you if the only reason that you are starting your coaching business is because you want to change your career and replace your income. I mean, that's not a good enough reason, right? People don't wake up in the morning thinking, how can I give this person money so that they can quit their job? That is not what is on their mind. So you really want to think bigger. And for me, it's always been about, living at your highest level, living to your potential, achieving your purpose, and also being economically empowered. Like, I'd say that's the root of a lot of what I do. And when I say economic empowerment, I don't just mean like, I want everybody to make a lot of money, even though it is true. I do want everybody to make a lot of money, but I don't want people to forego their dreams because of financial reasons. I want people to fully live out their purpose. I think if everybody was doing what they were created and put here on this planet to do, the world would be an immensely better place. But I understand that a lot of people don't do that because they tell themselves these lies of, I would, but I can't because I have to work this, job or stay in this career or make X amount of money. And they're so limited, not realizing that the money they're seeking is not outside of them, it's inside of them. But let me not get on my soapbox. That's a whole nother discussion, a whole nother movement that I'm creating. Maybe you've seen some of my my Instagram posts. I'm actually working on a program called I Am the Money because that's really what all of this is about and what I'm trying to help people understand. But you can't become the money until you become the person who has the level of self-discipline, self-mastery, and just all the things that you need to do in order to then, attract people to you. And so that's the root of my work. Let me get off my soapbox. But I say all that to say, I had a reason, right? Yes, I wanted to quit my job. Yes, I wanted to change careers. Yes, I wanted to replace my income, but I felt very strongly about something. And I knew that this could make an impact and I could see this. I mean, I had people in my own family who were extraordinarily talented in areas that had nothing to do with what their careers were. And growing up, I would ask them like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Like, why don't you do this full time? Like, why are you doing that? You should do this. And the world would be better served if you did this. Like, people need this thing. Why don't you do this over here? And they would just kind of blow me off, say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're like 16. When you get my age, one day you'll understand, I got bills bills to pay, right? And I'm like, wow, what a waste, right? What a waste of this God-given talent. So that was the root of why I got into my business. And I just feel like that passion, even to this day, translates in a lot of my content, and it's certainly translated in my brand early on. And so this is really important. Again, if you want to have a high income, high impact business, yes, it's going to help you create high impact for obvious reasons, because people are going to be drawn to that mission, drawn to that message, and they're going to really take it to heart and hopefully make changes in their own lives. But it creates high impact, again, in this kind of, paradoxical way, because it's not about the income. People are so driven and so drawn to you, and you end up creating a community around this movement that you're building, that people then want to pay you because they see you as the embodiment of the very movement that you are ultimately creating this coaching business for. And then, you have clients and you end up making high income, even without necessarily, focusing on it in that regard, with making your coaching practice the core reason for doing it, because of your greater purpose. But another reason that having a mission and cultivating a community around this really creates high impact is because it reinforces identity of your community. Now, I'm kind of getting in the weeds a little bit of coaching, and particularly my coaching methodology, which I invite you to check out here. I created this whole video, which is actually taken from a module inside of my coaching certification program. And so if you're interested in how you can better learn to create transformation for your clients, as well as coming up with your own methodology, learning how to create a coaching package, finding your niche, and if you so choose, learning how to market it the way I have so that you can become the next big name in your industry, you can click the links wherever they are in the description box. But anyway, that video is actually taken from my coaching program. I put that lesson online, not just so that you can see it, but because it really demonstrates my methodology. And one key component of my methodology is identity shift, because I believe that we can't really ask people to consistently take actions that they need to take in order to achieve their goals if they have not first adopted the identity. And so coming back to why it's very important for you to have a mission and cultivate a community within your own coaching practice, with that in mind, when you do that, right? When you have this broader mission that you're trying to achieve, a greater purpose that you are working towards, and you're kind of rallying the troops and creating a community around it, what happens almost accidentally is that, again, it reinforces that identity of your community and of your clients. So people get really bought in, and they start to see themselves as the type of person that achieves the things that your coaching is all about. And so when they first adopt that identity and they see themselves that way, you will find that it's a lot easier, particularly for those who do sign up with you and end up becoming clients. It's a lot easier for them to stick to the coaching and get results, which then leads to the high income part, because you have a lot of results and you end up having a lot of testimonials. And so when you have all these people who become your raving fans and they say, oh my goodness, this person helped me so much. I went through her coaching program because I too was passionate, about this thing that she's, helping everyone achieve. And when I got in her coaching program, I saw myself differently, and it allowed me to really do the things that I struggled with for years getting done. And now look at me, I have all the success, right? When you have those types of testimonials, really your ability to attract clients is going to snowball, because so many people will be interested in working with you, and then that increases your income. But another amazing effect that this does, again, creating this mission, cultivating this community, allowing them to really buy into the identity so that they get results, you end up creating repeat buyers, right? So people want to get back on the merry-go-round, right? They're like, oh my goodness, I did this coaching with you and it was amazing. What else do you have to offer? And I know this personally. I have seen this in my work. I have people, maybe you're one of them watching this video, leave a comment if you are. I have people who have been following me online since I've been doing this since 2011. Yes, I've been online since 2011. I've been coaching since 2014. I have people who have been with me the entire way. Some of you remember my old brand name, Think and Grow Chick, right? Who have bought products under that brand name when I was starting and, just getting my start. And so I have people who were with me then, who are still with me now, who are still in my coaching programs, who are still, buying the different offers that I have, again, because I focused this entire time on focusing on that mission, that broader reason for being beyond me just wanting to quit my job, and then ultimately cultivating a community. When you cultivate a community, that community stays. And guess what? Your best clients are gonna come directly from your community, and they're gonna become lifetime clients because they're gonna sign up for your various programs over the life of your coaching, or hopefully for as long as you coach. Another thing that this does to help you create high income is it allows you to create premium prices. So when you cultivate this community, particularly around your mission, and you develop that unique methodology, which we talked about previously, you really become a coach of one, right? I talk all the time about being the next big name in your industry. Imagine if you were the industry, right? Imagine if you were the only person in your lane, how valuable would you be, right? That's basic economics, right? This is why luxury brands will often limit, the amount of their high-end designer purses or shoes or whatever that they allow to be sold, precisely because they can sell them for a higher price if there's only so many of them in the world, right? I think about Kelly bags or Birkin bags. I'm not a huge Hermes, brand follower, so I don't know all of this, but I know that those bags go for like tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, because they're rare and they're exclusive. And so when you are that kind of coach to your community, you are rare and exclusive because you're the only person that they can go to in order to get the unique information in the unique way that you provided. So there's a huge benefit to cultivating a community. Again, first, around a broader mission that you are focused on, you develop that methodology and you will find that both your income and your impact will grow. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. Again, if you're super serious, serious, like you've decided that this is your year and you really want support in creating both that high income and high impact coaching practice, I invite you to come on into my CLS coaching certification. No, CLS doesn't just stand for my initials. It stands for Coach of Life Success, which is the designation that you will walk away with. This is an accredited program. You will get your certification in 90 days. And if you so choose, we have a variety of packages where we can show you how to market your business so that you can become the next big name in your industry. So if you want to learn more about that, go ahead and click the link below. You'll be invited to apply, and if accepted, you'll be invited to an enrollment call with my team, and they will walk you through the entire process. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you can't wait for my next video, make sure you are subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, on both iTunes and Spotify. And if you can't wait for my next podcast or my next YouTube video, make sure you're following me on Instagram. It's CourtneyLSanders on Instagram. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I can't help myself.